Good evening, everyone. I am Senator Persaud, and good evening from Albany. I am here this evening for our webinar, and tonight's topic is scam prevention, senior scam awareness. As you all know, I think every 2 minutes you probably get an email, a text message, a phone call telling you about something or the other. And many people believe it when they receive these messages from outside sources. So this evening, we are bringing you a conversation. And this conversation is with some folks who are going to give you some details as to how to recognize scams, what to do and what not to do. And they are from New York State's Division of Consumer Protection. And so we're joined this evening by Matt Gable from New York State Division of Consumer Protection, and Shadina Arnett, also from New York State Division of Consumer Protection. So the New York State Division of Consumer Protection Education and Outreach Team keep New Yorkers informed and up to date with a variety of consumer protection topics and provide key strategies and tips in key areas, including scam prevention, as we're going to talk about this evening, identity theft prevention, digital safety, credit management, and product safety. Matt Gable is a consumer education community liaison. Through public-facing engagement, he works to help keep New Yorkers informed on consumer-related issues. He brings decades of experience as an educator to this role and is passionate about reaching New Yorkers from all walks of life. Multiple times per week, you can find him speaking at New York City senior centers, libraries, and community organizations. So welcome, Matthew. And Shadina Arnett started with the New York State Department of State Division of Consumer Protection almost 2 years ago. She travels throughout New York City, Long Island, and the Hudson Valley regions, equipping consumers of all ages with resources needed to protect their money, their personal information. Her career has turned Shadina into a professional educator and has cultivated a personal love for financial literacy. It's something that we desperately need. So Shadina, thank you for being here this evening. So I'm going to turn it over to both of you to, whatever you want to say first as your opening, and then to begin your presentation. And I want to welcome everyone who's joined us either on Zoom or Facebook or whatever platform you're viewing this on this evening. This is an important topic, and we want to ensure that you understand the importance of it. So hence, we're bringing it to you. Once this recording is over, this information will be left on our Senate webpage and our Facebook page. We'll also include a link in our weekly newsletter that will go out next week so that you can replay the information. So with that being said, I will turn it over to the team of Matthew and Shadina. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you so much for having us, Senator Persaud, and thank you to everyone who's joining us tonight. All right, so good evening, everyone. My name is Shadina Arnett, and I am a consumer education community liaison working for New York State's Department of State's Division of Consumer Protection. And today we're going to be discussing how to recognize and avoid scams. So before we get started, I want to just quickly go over who we are and what we do at the Division of Consumer Protection. There are 5 teams within our division, and we are all responsible for protecting New York consumers from suffering from economic harm. A consumer is anyone who purchases a good or a service, so we are all consumers tonight. And I am part of the education and outreach unit, so I travel throughout all of downstate, giving out free educational presentations to churches, schools, senior centers, so on and so forth. We also have the Consumer Assistance Unit. So that is a free hotline available to New York consumers. And you call us for any questions that you have. So let's say you suspect you're a victim of identity theft, or you came across a scam, and you want to double check with the expert. We also have the utility intervention unit, so they negotiate with utility companies. And we have the investigations unit, so there's a team of investigators who go after do not call violators. And then lastly, we have the consumer policy unit, so they advocate for policies that would benefit everyone. Now, what is a scam? A scam is a dishonest or a fraudulent attempt to take something of value from you. So there's two things you have to always remember. A scammer is going to be after either your money or your personal information. And we recommend that you guard your personal information even more so than your money. This is because with a number of personal information about yourself, it gives a scammer access to larger amounts of your money. What do I mean by this? With certain amounts of your personal information, someone can now open up a credit card in your name. They could take out a loan, they could collect your government benefits, and they could even file a false tax refund. So guard your personal information. And you might ask, why are scams increasing? Well, scams are a national problem. They affect everyone regardless of their age, and scams are manipulated by technology and artificial intelligence. Lastly, someone who has been successfully scammed is often targeted repeatedly, and their contact information is shared amongst other scammers. There are Americans who have reported receiving scam phone calls, text messages, and emails now on a weekly basis. So they are, in fact, increasing. And scams can come in many forms, including, like I mentioned, phone call, email, text messages, also via shopping online or using social media. A scam can happen on your doorstep, whether it's an unexpected knock on the door from someone impersonating someone else, or an unexpected package that hides malicious content behind it. A scam can happen via a fake website created by a scammer who wants to trick your eye and to trick you into typing in a bunch of your personal information on the website. And you, with your guard down, thinking that this is an official website, you will willingly give up that personal information. But we all know that that can lead directly to what we call identity theft. Scams can happen via pop-up ads or clickbait and through counterfeit products. So a scammer who is advertising something online that's either fake, defective, or it doesn't exist at all. And in the end, they just steal your money. And here are the examples of how scammers can gain access to our information. Well, via phishing scams, which is when a scammer impersonates a very popular business or company. General scams and fraud. It can happen via mail theft or trash diving. So remember to always shred information that has your personal information on it before throwing it out. This includes your medication bottles. A scammer can get your information via skimming or shoulder surfing. So just be aware of your surroundings when you're out in public. Be aware of who can look at your phone screen, look at who is watching you when you take out your debit card or your credit card, or who is listening to your personal conversations. Also, it can happen via having your wallet or your purse lost or stolen. So it's very important to not walk around with your physical Social Security card. Neither should you be carrying your checkbooks. And they can get your information by retrieving discarded data from, discarded IT equipment, storage, media, or mobile devices. Now let's talk about the profile of a scammer. Nowadays, a scammer can be clever and persuasive. They can come off as very friendly when they contact you. They almost always appear credible, and they are always staying up to date with the latest news. So for us at DCP, they're always following us on social media to see what we are recommending to the public as a way to one-up us. They're constantly honing their techniques and refining their skills, and they're finding new ways to convince consumers. But I have good news. You are able to protect yourself. So here are the actions to protect yourself from a scammer. Step 1, recognize and stay updated with the latest scams. 2, protect your personal information. We already discussed why that's so important. And then lastly, remember to never rush into anything. Now, when I say never rush into anything, I'm describing what we call a brain hack. A lot of people, when they think about cyber criminals or scammers, they think that they are sophisticated individuals who can hack into any computer at any time. But more than likely, what they're hacking into is your brain. So they utilize and they rely on human error and pressure tactics. So they're first relying on you to not even recognize the warning signs that you're about to be scammed. And then they utilize emotional manipulation tactics to cause you to fall into believing in their lies and their schemes. And what are the warning signs that someone's trying to scam you? Well, before I start, I want to preface that these warning signs truly never really change. So in spite of the variety of scams that are out there and will continue to evolve just due to advancements in technology, if you can remember these warning signs, then you can significantly reduce your chances of falling victim. So the first warning sign is unexpected contact. So in the previous slide, I discussed different ways that scammers can gain our personal information. And that an unexpected contact happens when a scammer out of nowhere, out of the blue, either calls us, can text us, or they can email us. Now, once they contact us, during that contact or during that conversation that we're having, they're going to utilize emotional manipulation tactics. So during this contact with the scammer who's impersonating someone, which is what phishing scams are, they're going to either make us feel afraid about something, a sense of urgency or pressure to quickly follow their instructions, or excited that we potentially won something. Now, after that story that they tell us, they will then hit us with asking for either our money or our personal information. Remember, those are the two things scammers are always going to be after. If they're asking for our money, they're going to ask for our money via an unusual way. And now, when I say an unusual way, I'm talking about an unusual payment method. This involves wire transfers, gift cards, gold, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, mobile payment apps such as PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle. We describe these payment methods as unusual because they all have one thing in common. The money is untraceable. So that's why scammers love to get your money that way, so that when you do finally figure out that this is, fraud and you try to file a police report, sometimes there's nothing that they can do because the money's untraceable. And then lastly, they're going to ask you to reveal your personal information, which can lead them later on to even more amounts of your money. Now, let's go over a scenario. And this is actually a very true story. So, a scammer calls a guy named Jim, and the scammer claims that he is from a bank. The emotional story goes like this. The guy says that he accidentally transferred $1,000 into Jim's bank account, and he needs Jim's help to correct the error before his boss finds out. Now, Jim, at first, is skeptical, but he checks his bank account online using a link the scammer provided, and he finds the $1,000 deposit in his account, thus making the story credible. Now, Jim is a very kind person who always wants to do what he can to help others. So he chooses to follow this guy's instructions. But in the end, Jim ended up losing $1,000. And Jim had to contact his bank's fraud department to change his account information. So what happened? What went wrong? So let's discuss the warning signs. And I can always backtrack to that slide that I had with the warning signs. Number one, unexpected contact. Jim got a phone call out of nowhere. He was not expecting this message from this bank. So already he's been caught off guard. Two, emotional manipulation. This scammer posing as a bank representative tells Jim that he made this huge mistake by transferring $1,000 into his bank account, and he needs his help because he could lose his job for this mistake. So this is emotional manipulation tactics, okay? Jim is going to feel empathy and sympathy for this guy. And then lastly, in this scenario, what's unique is that the scammer sends Jim a link. And with that link, once Jim clicked the link, it revealed his bank account, or what he thought was his bank account, and it falsified an extra $1,000 into his money. But you have to always remember, with any message that comes to you unexpectedly, remember, this is unsolicited. You are not expecting it. It happened out of nowhere, whether it's a phone call, a text message, or an email. You should never click the link. The link can do one of two things. The link can either download malware, which can steal your passwords or give your phone or your computer a virus. Or in this scenario, the link can direct you to a fake website created by the scammer. So once Jim clicked the link sent from the scammer, he saw falsely an additional $1,000 in his account. But we know that was fake. So when Jim sent back the $1,000, it was actually his hard-earned money. Thus why he lost $1,000. So Jim's advice is to be wary of unsolicited messages that creates a sense of urgency for you, and to watch out for communications that play on your emotions. Be careful with links, and never give your personal information over the phone if you yourself did not initiate the contact. All right, now let's test your general knowledge about scam prevention. Is the statement true or false? Only give your social security number when it's necessary. And people can quickly put it in the chat. Well, for those who are saying true, you're correct. Yes, it is true. Only give your social security number when it is necessary. Now, there are cases where it's probably okay or safe to give your social security number out, including at your financial institutions, your employer, when you're filing taxes, and when you're trying to access your school records or trying to apply for a loan. But even then, it's okay to be stingy when giving out your social security number. Get into the habit of questioning every time someone asks you to reveal it. Ask them, why do you need it? And how will you use it? And most importantly, how are you going to protect it? One thing that you'll discover is that a lot of organizations, they ask for your social security number more so as a formality, but it's not a necessity. Additional tips is to keep your card safe. So like I said in the beginning, you should not be walking around with a physical social security card on you. Be wary of phishing scams. Shred documents that have your social security number on it. This is how we prevent that trash diving. And then create a My Social Security account online at the Social Security website. And the actual website is www.ssa.gov. Okay, again, let's test your general knowledge. So what do you think is the preferred contact method for scammers? Mail, email, phone calls, text, website or apps, social media, online ads or pop-ups, or another method? Quickly write it in the chat. Again. Someone said phone calls, email, text. All right. Well, this one was a little tricky. So the answer is B, emails, but it's closely followed behind with phone calls and text messages. And remember, phone calls, emails, and text messages that are unexpected, that is what we call phishing scams. So with phishing, to paint a picture in your mind, think of the world as the World Wide Web, right? So the ocean is like the World Wide Web, and the fisherman is the scammer. So the fisherman throws out the line with bait, and he's looking to see who's going to take the bait. So with these blast emails and phone calls and text messages sent to thousands of Americans all at the same time, they are just looking to see who's going to fall for this lie. And remember, with phishing scams, they are impersonating very popular companies and businesses. So it could be Amazon, it could be EasyPass, UPS, Netflix, the IRS. All right, now take a close look at the screen. Do you think this is a scam? Now, this is an email sent from AAA-Card Kit. I give you some time to really inspect it. This one is also pretty tricky. Someone says it is a scam. Good job. All right. So yes. So let's inspect it together. Now, when it comes to emails, I'm guilty of this. I tend to read the body of the message first. But what we all should really start getting into the habit of is inspecting the source of the message, inspecting the sender or the from. So on the screen, we see that the from says AAA Insurance or AAA-Card Kit. That's the from. Now, that might look okay because they are supposed to be the AAA company, but you have to remember that if you want the full email address to be revealed, sometimes you have to actually click on the name. And when you click on the name, AAA-Card Kit in this example, you will see that the full email address really is jabedhossein858@gmail.com. Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound right. It doesn't look right. This is supposed to be the AAA company, but this is the email that was sent. This is the source. So already that should give it away that this is a scam. This is a phishing email. This is someone else impersonating the AAA company. All right. And do you think this is a scam? So I'll quickly read it. So this is a text message that you receive. It says, New York Department of Revenue, your refund request has been processed and approved. Please provide accurate payment information by September. Funds will be deposited into your bank account or mailed to you. And then you can see there's a link, and then at the bottom it states, failure to submit the required payment information by September will result in permanent forfeiture of this refund. Who in here thinks this is a scam? All right, people are saying scam. Oh, I love that. So someone says there is no such thing as New York Department of Revenue. Good job, I love that. You are 100% correct. There is no such thing as that department. And there are other clues that will give it away that this is in fact a scam. This is someone impersonating the IRS. So one clue is, look at the phone number all the way at the top. That is an international phone number. Another clue is going back to the general warning signs that you're about to be scammed. Number one, unexpected contact. You receive this text message out of nowhere. You were not expecting this text message from this alleged New York Department of Revenue. Two, emotional manipulation. First, they say that your refund request has been processed and approved. So you're going to be excited, right? But then at the bottom, it states failure to submit the required payment will result in forfeiture of this refund. So they essentially threaten you. So first they make you excited, and then they make you feel pressure to quickly act, to quickly do what they want you to do. Quickly follow their instructions, which in this case, it is to provide your accurate payment information. Now, so that's unexpected contact, emotional manipulation, and then number three, personal information. Okay, when they're asking you to provide your accurate payment information, that means that they want either your debit card numbers or your credit card numbers. So those are three warning signs that this is a scam. All right, and then the last scenario is this. So imagine you receive this phone call out of nowhere. It goes like this. Hi, I'm a nurse practitioner. Your son just got into a car accident and is in the emergency room. We urgently need to verify his information to provide any emergency medical care. Could you quickly verify his full name, date of birth, and social security? Who thinks this is a scam? Someone says scam. All right. Total scam. Yes, good job. Very good. This is a very knowledgeable audience. I love it. So it is, in fact, a scam. What are the warning signs? Unexpected contact. You receive this phone call out of nowhere from this alleged nurse practitioner. Two, emotional manipulation. She just told you your son got into a car accident, so you're going to feel afraid. Okay, and then she or he goes, we urgently need to verify his information to provide any emergency medical care. So you're afraid, and then you feel that pressure to quickly follow their instructions, because naturally, you're going to want to do whatever it takes to help solve the problem or to give them what they need to help your son. And in this scenario, you know, the scammer is after not money, but rather personal information, which includes your son's full name, date of birth, and social security number. And especially with the date of birth, well, actually with everything, that is enough information to commit identity theft. So that's enough information to open up a credit card, take out a loan, file taxes, and cut your government benefits. But imagine if you knew the warning signs, then you would know not to reveal personal information to someone who you did not initiate said contact. Now, in the event that you truly weren't sure and you wanted to just double check to make sure you didn't miss a very important message to you, you can do one of two things. You can either call the actual hospital that this nurse practitioner is alleging your son is in, call the hospital via the official phone number to verify whether or not this story is true. Or you can even call either your son himself or someone connected to your son, whether it's their partner, a friend, whoever, that can verify that this story is true or expose the scam. All right, and then I'm going to pass it on to my colleague, Matthew Gabel, who's going to talk about tips to prevent common scams. Take it over, Matthew.
I'm pulling up my screen here. I think everybody can see that. Thanks a lot, Dina. Yeah, so I'm going to continue on with the segment on tips to prevent common scams. Oops, sorry. Seems my slide is not changing. There we are. Okay, so here on this slide, we'll talk a little bit more about phishing scams. So Dina introduced the idea of phishing scams when people cast a wide net out to millions of people to try to see who they can pull in. Here's a screenshot of a phishing scam. It says, "Urgent, Pine Creek Bank needs to verify your info. Please log into your account below to verify your identity. Your account will be closed if you don't complete in 24 hours. I'm sure many of you have received these sort of types of messages from various banks. But again, we take a look at this, right? And so as Shadina mentioned, it's really important to kind of look at where the sender came from, like who sent this, who sent this message out, right? These are details that you need to collect to make a decision on whether this is legitimate or not, besides the message. And here we can see, this is a US number, right? So if it's a US number, is it a scam? Is it not a scam? Well, who knows? It could be, it might not be. If it's an international number, these days, if you're getting a text from an international number and you're not expecting, it's like really like 99% it's a scam. There's no legitimate US business or government agency that's going to contact you through a international phone number. I also want to point out there are really three things you should be looking for here. What is the number? Is it a short code? There's something called short code, which is a 3 to 5 digit number that you'll see appear where the sender is. And a lot of big companies and even government agencies are switching to sending text through short codes because they could be generally more secure. Are they 100%? Probably not. Right? Nothing is really 100%, so it's always good to have our guards up. And just to double down on what short code is, many of you you've probably seen this, you just don't really pay attention to it. But if you go back and look at your messages, say you get something from Amazon, from UPS or FedEx, if it's a legitimate message, you'll see that it's probably a code up here as opposed to a number. Other things about this that I think are worth kind of pointing out too is, you see there's a link here, right? And it says that it's from a bank. I think something that's really important we can't stress enough is that your bank will never contact you to ask you for personal information or financial information. Never. And those of you that have been around for a while and have had a bank account for a while, you must know this. If you just think, like, when's the last time your bank contacted you really about anything through a text message, right? It just doesn't really happen. Let's move on from that. This is an example of what some other ones could look like. You've probably seen ones that kind of look like this, right? This is somebody claiming to be from Cash App, and you can get $20 back if you respond with the next 10 minutes, trying to create a sense of urgency. You have a notification. Please click the secure link here. This is another kind of hyperlink. For those of you that might not know, when we say a link can look like www. something, right? It can also just be blue and you can still click on it. And when you click on a link, it takes you to a page on the internet. And that's what we don't want you to do. We don't want you to click on links and go to pages on the internet, because that's what the scammer ultimately where they want to take you to. This one says, "We are trying to set up your new account. Please click here for Netflix to verify your identity," right? A lot of these are going around about the request to verify your identity. They're complete scams. Companies don't need to contact you to verify your identity. It just doesn't even make sense. But as you can see, it could be if you get this kind of thing and you're not expecting it, you might click on it, and people do, and that's how unfortunately they're losing a lot of money. So more tips to help spot phishing scams. Scammers use public email domain or an email that is mismatched to the organization. And that is very evident in the example that Shadina shared earlier with the AAA scam, right? That was a email from a Gmail. So so again, going back to checking the source of where the information came from, right? If it's a public domain email, Gmail, Yahoo, AOL, iCloud, any of these kind of things, these are not ways that official companies or government entities communicate with people. They have their own domain names, right? So if it's a public email and it's looking like it's something official, I would be very, very skeptical of it. People use urgent or threatening language in the message is another sign of a scam. Attachments and links we talked about. Strong direction to click on the link, like we saw in that scenario with Jim, who was scammed out of $1,000. They really want him to click on the link and say, hey, well, we can show you this proof, right? You don't want to click on the links and let the scammer try to show you something that looks like proof. And of course, urgency. Be very suspicious of things that asking you must do this right now. If you don't act right now, bad things are going to happen. That's a classic kind of move from the scammer. What to do if you answer a spam call, right? If you do answer a call, which sometimes we do, because most of the times our phones, the telecommunication companies have gotten quite good at identifying the spam calls, and you'll get this, the thing that says spam call, or depending on your service, it's labeled differently, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And so most of the time they can be identified. You probably just don't engage with it, but sometimes they get through. And if you do engage, just make sure you don't provide any personal information. As soon as you realize it's a scam, just hang up. Don't talk to these people. Don't tell me that they want to give the scammer a piece of their mind. They're angry. They want to yell at the scammer. They want to mess with the scammer, play games with them. And I try to, let people know, please don't do this, because you're really dealing with criminals, and you don't want to make them angry. If somebody really has a reason to get at you, that they might do it. So it's best to just not engage. The other thing that you can do is you can block the number, and I have people have asked me about this, and we only really suggest blocking the number if it is a repeated caller, right? Because if it's a repeated caller, they're obviously using the same number. But what happens most of the times today is scammers use pretty sophisticated methods of generating new phone numbers all the time. Right, so you can't just block it, because they'll just generate a new one. Often they generate numbers with area codes right where you live, so that you recognize it and you think that it's a local number. So that's that's the way they work. Beware of fake family emergency calls from scammers. Shadina reviewed one about the nurse practitioner. There's a lot of these kind of things going around about, some people call them grandparent scams as well. They work in the same way, right? Somebody calls, tries to pretend that they're a family member, that they're in big trouble. They need you to send them money, or they need to verify personal information. It's always something like that, right? In this example, hi, Grandpa, it's me. Sebastian, is that you? Yes, it's me. I'm in trouble. I need money for bail. Well, what happened? Don't tell mom and dad. Please help me, right? It's these kind of things, which, it might appear kind of far-fetched here, but in the moment, it works, and it's really unfortunate, but Americans have lost a lot of money to these kind of scams. So it's really important to keep your head up. And if you get this kind of call, you can ask questions, right? The moment you start asking questions in this kind of situations, the scammer usually hangs up because they don't really have an answer for your questions, right? And if you're still skeptical, hang up the phone, call the family member, like Shadina said, call the institution that they're claiming to be from directly with a number that you have validated. Fake websites is something really important that we should draw attention to, and this is a perfect example of how a scammer tried to use a fake website. So what we have here is obviously Facebook, which many people are probably familiar with their colors and their logo. And so looking at this just right off the bat, this looks like Facebook to me. I don't really use it, but when I see this, I'm like, this looks professional, right? For most people, it does. But what you need to notice is that when you look at the URL, which is the website address up here, where you type the website address, right? It is not facebook.com, it is Facebook, F-A-C-E-B-O-K-K. So what you need to be aware of is that the scammers can create websites that spoof or that look like other websites almost identically. And they can do this even easier and easier. Every year it gets easier for them to create websites. They copy logos, they copy colors, right? They'll do all these kind of things to really, really trick people. So in this kind of scenario, you can imagine perhaps you get one of these text messages that says, hey, this is Facebook. We need you to log in to verify your identity. You click the link and the link takes you to this website, right? And if you don't look at the website address, you will put your email in here and you will put your password, and you have just given your email, your Facebook login to a scammer. And then they will use that to steal your identity on Facebook, and who knows the kind of things they could do. Hit up your relatives for money. They basically become you, right? And one thing that's important also to realize is that if this happens, it's often like really difficult to get in contact with big companies like this, and it's a very slow process to have the situation resolved. So prevention, is what we're all about. Fake government websites also exist out there. And probably one of the most important things to know about fake government websites is that a government website ends in .gov. Always and every time. So if you are looking at a government website and it does not end in .gov as the final part of the email of the website address, it is a scam. No government website uses a .com or a .net, right? So make sure that you are really paying attention to the URL. Here are some tips to help prevent imposter scams. Okay, so they use trusted source names, business names, logos, as I mentioned before, and caller ID tricks to kind of look like that they're from a specific business. And it can happen through caller ID. It's rare, but it does happen that you get a call and it comes up that the ID says that it's like CVS or Rite Aid or something, and it's a scam. So be careful. You can't always trust what comes up on the caller ID. And when it comes to logos, as I mentioned, with AI today, many of you know that it's extremely easy to create and copy pictures that are just amazing. And it will soon be that way with videos as well and audio. So we have to really be on the lookout to ask ourselves, is this what I really think it is? Let's see. Government agencies, when they get in contact with you, they always will send a letter in the mail telling you that this is the situation. Call us at this number, or we may reach out to you further. But they're always going to initiate the contact in the mail, right? So when you get a text message from someone claiming to be from a government agency, it's like 99% a scam because the government doesn't send out text messages. They don't send out emails to contact people. They're very old-fashioned. They don't ask for payments for cards. One other thing I wanted to mention for payment source too that people are increasingly asking for is crypto. Cryptocurrency is a really popular payment source, unfortunately, for scammers to utilize because it's extremely hard to trace. Romance scams. Okay, this is also another kind of category of scams that have been around for years, and they just seem to get worse, and it's really sad. So what happens is people go online with the intent of trying to meet someone, or maybe not even the intent of trying to meet someone. Typically on social media, somebody reaches out to them. Somehow they get in contact with someone that they think that they have a relationship with, and they feel like they have a relationship with. Maybe they're lonely, they're looking for someone, and they are scammed by someone that uses a fake online profile, right? This person may have images of themselves that is not who they actually are. They may be building a relationship with 50 different people, 100 different people at one time, seeing who they can pull in. These kind of people will also do something called love bombing, which means that they might even buy some small gifts and send you things in the mail, all to try to make it seem like it's legitimate. This is also known as, what do they call it? The pig butchering scam, because the idea is that you continue to feed the pig and fatten up the pig before you go in for the slaughter, right? And so that's what they try to do. So be very careful, especially on social media. You really just can't believe that people are who they say they are if you're trying to get into a relationship like that. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, don't give out personal information to someone. They may tell you they're like working abroad and they can't get home, because at some point they're going to start asking you for money. Support scams. Okay, this is another category of scams that have to do with the technology that we all use every day, right? Our phones and our computers. This image over here kind of represents a lot of different types of scammy messages that you might get that might pop up on your phone or on your computer screen, saying something like you have a slow connection, or there's a problem, you don't have enough space anymore, you need to buy more space. Any kind of like pop-up like this that comes up on your phone or computer, you should be very skeptical of it. Don't click on it. Don't click any of the links. There are a lot of scams going around that start with this kind of pop-up. If you want help with your device and you think that there's something wrong, take it to someone that knows what they're doing, that you can trust. Make sure that you do your updates on your phone and on your computer as required by the manufacturer. It's important to do that because they try to update their technology to prevent these kind of things from happening too. So it's important to have the latest software. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, remote access, right? Be very, very careful with giving someone remote access to your computer. Okay, this is one of the ways that scammers try to work. You might get a scam from, like, let's say eBay. Somebody calls you and says that they're from eBay and there's a problem with your account, and you're on the hook. You believe them. You think there's something wrong with your eBay account. You give them contact information, login information, and finally they ask you to, can we have remote access to your computer? And this way we can help you solve the problem. We can navigate you and we could do it for you. So they want remote access to your computer. That means that they take control of your computer. They take control of your mouse, your keyboard. You don't have access to it. So you don't ever want to do that. They may ask you download a program called AnyDesk. Is a popular one, and you download that and you open it up and it gives you a code, and you give them the code, and then they have control of your computer. if you're working with Apple online, some of you may have worked with Apple's customer support. They're pretty good. They take control of your computer, and it's perfectly fine to do that. But just be wary of who you're giving access to. It's a very, very a powerful tool. Okay, make sure that you contact your tech support company directly through a known verified channel to address any concerns. And when you search for the number, when you're searching for a customer service number, make sure that you're like not just looking at the first Google link from whoever it is, that puts the number on there, because scammers have a goal to try to trick people into calling customer service numbers that are not the number for the actual company, but for the scammer instead. I mean, that's part of what they try to do. So be very careful with the number that you call. Mail theft related check fraud. This has been going on for a long time, but we still want to advise for those of you using checks, make sure that if you use a check, make sure that you're very careful of, if you put it in the mail, don't just put it in your mailbox for the postal worker to come pick up. Make sure you take it and put it in a secure mailbox, or take it to the post office. Actually, people are stealing checks from the mailbox or from the mail somehow and trying to alter the information on it to change it, to rip you off. We also suggest that you use black gel pens. The gel pens, they seem to have ink that thieves have greater difficulty in erasing compared to the regular pens. And of course, if you send a check to someone, money for their birthday or whatever, you pay a bill, make sure that you review your checking account and see that it's been deducted. And if it's not, you got to follow up and find the check. Most of the time, if you are a victim of this, the banks are pretty good about trying to help you out, but it's a huge hassle and it could take a really long time. So again, prevention. ATM skimming scams are out there, and they are a real thing. Scammers can sometimes have opportunities to install some things on the ATM machine, like a little keypad that is like plastic and goes over the keys in combination with a video camera to watch you put your number in, so they know what your PIN number is. They have been found to install like a card reader around here over top of the reader that reads your information. So make sure you're really taking a good look at the ATM. Make sure that it looks secure and safe. It doesn't look fishy in any way. It's best to use the ATMs at your bank. And try to avoid those at small stores or gas stations. They could be scammed. They usually have fees too. Fake prize and lottery sweepstakes scams. Okay, this is a real thing. I meet people all the time who tell me that they have been a victim of this. That they received a message that there's a prize, and they have to pay a fee. And they pay the fee. They go out and they buy gift cards. They scratch off all the numbers on the gift cards for whatever, $75, and then they call the person and they give them these numbers, and then they never get any kind of prize. It's really unfortunate. It's really sad, but this is a scam that's going around. Understand just the old adage of like, you can't win you can't win a prize if you didn't enter. You can't win a lottery if you didn't enter. If you didn't enter, you're not going to randomly be sent something that says, oh, you won a prize. So just keep your head up. Nothing has changed in that area. It's just technology, right? Also, remember that the New York State Lottery, right? The New York State Lottery will never reach out to you to tell you that you have won a prize. Never. They don't send messages like that. This summer, there were a lot of scam attacks with this kind of falsification, people pretending to be the New York State Lottery, sending out information. So I really appreciate your time. Shadina and I are really happy to make this presentation with the Senator. We have some resources here. If anyone wants to kind of take a picture, feel free to, you know, dig a little deeper into some of the other things that we have to offer here. We do happy to speak with the senator more, or to get into some questions if anybody has anything specific.
So you have some questions, Matt, and
Okay,
Dina,
let me
you have
get
some
the
questions
chat.
in the Q&A.
Okay,
If you would like to answer them live.
Yeah, please give me 1 second to get into the chat here.
The Q&A.
Okay, oh, I see it, yeah. Okay, let's kind of go over them one by one. And Dina, you can feel free to jump in too if you want to help on any of these. But I'll try. Okay, so we have a question here. Somebody's asking if there's an agency that works with seniors who may have been a victim of investor fraud, and they say that they have an older person in their family that gave some money who claimed they could help, and now he is avoiding her. I would reach out to the police. Like if somebody has been absolutely ripped off, you should file a police report first. I would also, if you get nowhere with that, you could write to the Attorney General. And I would also say that you should call our hotline. We have a hotline upstate, which Shadina mentioned at the very beginning, and we have that on our resource page. We have an 800 number, our consumer protection hotline upstate. We're open 5 days a week. We have a full staff of folks there that can offer more resources as well. But that would be what I would go for first, those 3 things. We have another one that says, be cautious to, I think it's a tip, ask permission. Oh, I see. Somebody's giving some good tips here about, being cautious about offers that ask for permission to change your settings. Yeah, they're often creating an extension, and then all of a sudden you've got hundreds of malware attempts. Yes, it's true. So again, and the offer to change your setting, I think, comes in as like a pop-up too. If I understand it correctly, but I think I know what they mean. The extensions on Google Chrome browser or on Safari browser. Yeah, be wary of that. Someone says they used malwarebytes.com to clean their computer when it happened, and they were getting 300 pop senders. Interesting, and then they deleted it. So I guess what they're saying is don't use malwarebytes.com to try to clean up your computer. I can see it's one of these kind of free things that you think you're doing yourself a favor, but in the end, you're gonna have to do a lot of work. Let's see. Oh, somebody else said they've used that one. Oh no, it's the same person. They've used it, but then it didn't work so well. How does one find out the latest scams? Oh, finding out the latest scams. Follow us. We update our social media page. You can look on our website. We send out a consumer alert as well. And besides that, I would say generally just do some search online. You can also look at the federal government's resources as well. The FBI. They do a lot of work on this too.
We also make sure every FTC and the control, etc., when they send us those links weekly, and we send it out, and so we post it online, we send it in our newsletter. So there's lots of ways that the information is shared, so that people are knowing what the newest scam is. I think there's a scam every 2 seconds that that go around. I want to make sure I remind people of something. When you talked about understanding that government sites are always gov.gov. Sometimes people look at it and say, oh yes, a .gov, but are looking at the entire link, and so they're not realizing that it's something. It's a cloned link. So make sure you are going to the government site directly, and then using their link. So if you're not sure of a link, go directly to the government site. Like for example, nyc.gov. Go to nyc.gov and do the search for what you're looking for. what the partner you're looking for, and then click on that link. You go to, any of the state sites, go directly to those sites and then use the link from the site. Sometimes you're typing it in and it looks fine to you, and it's not. So go to the official site and then click on the selected link before you do anything. You talked about somebody giving over access to their computer. We had a constituent in the district who did that. Someone called her, and by chance she says, "Oh, I'm having issues with my computer." The person was asking her some tech issue, and she said, and they're like, "Oh, we're calling from X company. We can assist you. So we'll call back and give you this information." And it's like, "Do you have a pen?" They called, they gave her the information, and she let them log in to her computer. And then they change stuff, and they say, "Okay, there's a document there, print it, and now we need you to take it to the bank." And so it's a long thing that she did. They did multiple things, because when they got into her computer, she also had her banking information on her computer. And it's an older woman. Her husband had passed, and she was just happy someone is helping her. And she went to the bank with the information, and the first bank that she went to said, "What are you trying to do with this money? Taking out this money?" And she says, "Oh," she said exactly what the person told her to say, because we know what they told her. And the teller said, "Oh no, we can't do that. You can't take out that money. We're not doing it." She left. The person called her back and says, "What happened?" She told them what happened. They said, "Oh, tomorrow morning, go to this other branch." And that's what she did. She went to the other branch, had the paper. She told them what she's doing. It sounded legit. To the teller who didn't know her, and they wired the money. Right? They wired the money. She walks out of the bank, and the person calls her again and asking her for more money. Then she realized that there's something wrong. And at that point is when she called a family member and says, "I think there's a problem." And they took a lot of money out of her account. She couldn't get the money back. It's so we want people to understand,
Yeah.
Don't ever give someone access to your computer or your phone. They're saying they're trying to help you, because she lost a lot of money that way.
That's very unfortunate.
And don't be afraid to ask somebody else for help. If something does not seem real, or you need to question something, ask someone. Say, "Does this seem legitimate to you?"
Yeah,
Listen, pick up the phone and call 311 and say, "Somebody's called me. Can somebody assist me?" They will assist you. That's what they're there for.
Banks allow you to have a trusted contact person added to your account. So that person, they don't have authority to withdraw money, trade money, or make decisions about your account. But in the event, in your scenario, Senator, that you shared, what would have happened is that first bank teller could have called that trusted contact person to get a second opinion, and that person would have talked to the victim, and maybe, just maybe, we could have stopped that money loss.
Yeah, it took us a while. We had a lot of conversations with the bank. We had a lot of conversations with the bank all the way to the federal level. But it was interesting, because she actually did it, and she was following the instructions. But there are many people. You talked about the online dating scams. You hear often, it's no secret. You're hearing over and over these people who are scammed, and because people are looking for a companionship, people are looking for friendship, and they're buying into what they're hearing and not telling others. They're suspicious of things, but because they feel comfortable with what the person is telling them, they're getting caught up and then ending up losing a lot of money. And that is happening. A lot of that is happening. So, I want people to understand their resources. That if you are unsure of something, before you hand over your money to someone, before you hand over your information to someone who called you, cold call, someone called you, you don't know who they are, check, verify. Again, call someone, You make that phone call. If your bank is, it says your bank, call your bank. Again, go to your bank's page. On your bank's card, there is a telephone number. Use that number. You know, do that and ask them. Are they, did you call me? And they'll ask you a lot of questions before they actually answer you. It was interesting. I was trying to use my bank card once and online to purchase. It was for a wedding gift, but I was doing a monetary wedding gift, and it's a site that I had not used before. It's a trusted site. Everything was legit. But because I had never done that, and I have all these alerts. Another thing, everyone should put alerts on their bank cards and their bank accounts. So then I have that. And the card kept saying it's declining. And I'm like, I know my bank card isn't declining. Decline again, decline again. I was like, this is crazy. Checked it. So I'm like, sometimes maybe the system is down. So I said that in the morning I'll do that. But what I didn't realize was the morning I got a phone call early. My bank is calling me. My bank had been contacting me every time I tried to use the system, saying, are you trying to enter this account? Are you trying to purchase? But they were texting me. But I wasn't looking at that. And because I was using my phone also, the phone calls, it was just going to the voicemail. And so we had a laugh the morning, and they said we were trying to find, and then what they did, they blocked my account.
Oh.
So not only could I no longer use the card on that site, they blocked me using my account until I verified that I was using my account.
Yeah.
And so it took a while and you have to go through all the things, and then they released it, and then they released me using the site that I was on. So I want people to know that when you're using it, have your bank place those alerts on your account. And it may be inconvenient, but it will save you a lot of money. It will save you a lot of money. And the bank knows your spending habits. It knows your shopping patterns. And if you have those alerts, they'll stop you if you're trying to do something that's not your norm. And that's what my bank did. And I was like, thank you. And then I was able to do the wedding thing. Yes. So I just want to thank you guys for this informational webinar. I want to remind people, can you give them your website link so they know how to get to your website?
1 second. Okay, is it clear? Right, so I mean, if you want to take a screenshot of this, you can take a picture of your screen, whatever you want to do.
This entire presentation will be online also, but I want people to make sure if they want to do it tonight, say, and remember, if you go to the dos.ny.gov site and you don't remember what else to type in, just in their search bar, you can say consumer protection, or just type scams, and it will take you to where you're looking for. So again, if you don't remember all of the information, you didn't take a screenshot, you just go to www.dos.ny.gov and then do in the search bar what you're looking for. And you see all of the information. If you want to follow them on Facebook, on X, please do so. On Instagram, wherever you want to follow them, please do so, because this information is information that will save you a lot of money and a lot of headaches if you follow it, what they've told you. So before we close, I want to say thank you to my team here in Albany, Dennis and Michelle, who are behind the scenes, making sure everything is running well this evening. And thank you to Matthew and Shadina for the excellent presentation. I hope everyone has gotten great information from this presentation. I want to make sure you share the information. This is not information that you keep to yourselves. We want you to share it because we do not want anyone to be scammed. And again, If you're unsure of anything, you don't know how to reach the Department of State, the Consumer Protection or advocates, call 311. You're in New York City, call 311 and say, I have a problem, I need help. And they will direct you as to who you can call. So thank you guys for being with us this evening. And we look forward to our next webinar that will be on Monday for International Women's Day. So we look forward to seeing all of you joining us. And again, we want to say thank you to Matthew and Shadina. And this is Senator Persaud saying goodbye from Albany. And I will be leaving to go back to Brooklyn in a few minutes. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Have a good night. Take care. Thank you.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.